It's Brawn, the super strong mini-bot. Sure you shouldn't have done ads for the paper towels. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. We're taking a look at one of the mini vehicles this time around. This is Brawn. Brawn was first available in 1984. He would also be available in 1985. He would be discontinued by 1986. And that year, the mold for Brawn would be redone up to be Outback. Now, of course, Brawn was known for being the super strong of the miniature vehicles. Supposedly, according to his card, he's the second strongest of all the Autobots. And of course, he also is radically different looking from his animated appearance, as you'll soon see in a little while. Of course, this is the 1985 release of Brawn, since it has the rub sign here on him. Articulation is pretty much limited to his arms. The shoulder can rotate all the way around, but it can also be rotated without the wing. So it allows you to have some action going there. And of course his legs can be brought up at the hip, so you can get a little kicking action going there. Brawn's also notable for being the first of the Transformers to die on screen, as he was the first one to be gunned down by Starscream and Megatron in the 1986 animated film. And we'll get ready and we'll transform Brawn. It's a relatively simple process. We gotta rotate the arms with the wing so they're kind of in this position. Independently get his arms to rotate inside them. That's the chore. You just have to do it upwards. There we go, that's working. Alright, keep the wings up. Fold the arms up in them, then rotate them around. And then just, once they're clear enough, they should just press in like so. Fold up his legs and slide them towards the bottom, towards his bottom area. Then fold them up permanently to get them inside. And then there you have it. Brawn is in his alternate form of an off-road vehicle. Supposedly, he's made to look like a Land Rover Defender. And he certainly does look pretty rugged, especially when you look at these tires that he's got. He's got some good-sized tires on there. How well does he roll here on our table? Well, rolls pretty good. Almost made it to Larry. Alright, let's get him back into the robot for a moment. Get the arm out a little bit further so we can get the arm out. Who doesn't love old toys? Especially when they want to be a pain. There we go. And now we'll take a look at his card backers, because I have two versions of his card backer. Right here on the left is the 1984 version, and then over here is the 1985 Mini Spy version. Because on some of my other videos, I have some of the other version. I have the regular 85 version that didn't have the mini spy, so definitely want to make that clear to everybody. As you see, on this version, he would have been in his car mode in 1984. They'd have had him as the vehicle, and you turn him into the robot. In 85, they reversed that and just put the robot in here, and over in this spot here would be the mini spy. We turn things around here so you can see the backside. Of course, we have the different murals in here, and up at the top there's instructions for how to work the rub sign. The instructions are pretty much reversed on both of these due to how the toy was packaged. And at the bottom you'd have the barcode and the robot points. Brawn was worth half a point. But the card would pretty much be the same for both of them. It's done up in red to show that he was an Autobot. It even says Autobot above him. And of course the picture is pretty much the same one that is on the front of the card. It lists Brawn's function as demolitions, and a quote associated with him is might over microchips. To Brawn, Earth is essentially a hostile environment, and he loves it. Strong, rugged, agile, the most macho of all Autobots. Delights in challenges. Sorry for those not as tough as himself. Second strongest Autobot, of course the strongest being Optimus Prime, can lift 190,000 pounds and knock down a small building with one punch. High resistance to artillery fire, vulnerable to attack by electromagnetic waves. So, we got a nice weakness here to Brawn. Then we move over here to his tech spec grid. Normally we've needed a coder to read the lines, but I can read it pretty well. It gives his strength as 9, his intelligence is 3, his speed is 4, his endurance is 9, his rank is 5, his courage is 10, his firepower is 1, and his skill is 4, so while he is strong and brave, he's really not very smart or good at his job. Now, of course, being a character that came out in 1984, Brawn has appeared a few times since then. Now, of course, I don't have every Brawn that has been released, but I do have a couple that have been put out in modern times. This is the Bumblebee version of Brawn. And as you can see, it does take a lot of inspiration from the Generation 1 version. So it was nice that the filmmakers did take a good look at them when they made these characters. But of course, to go along with what I stated earlier, I do have the Studio 86 version of Brawn. This one is done up to more be how he appeared in the animated film and the cartoon series as a whole. So you can see the changes that was done to give him a real head and face. And a bit sturdier of legs than what the original toy had. So now we get down to my thoughts. What do I think of Brawn? I think Brawn was a rather underutilized character in the series. I mean, I know early on they tried to give many of the minifigures like him some screen time so that they'd get some exposure. And it would also help sell the toys. However, I think Brawn kind of got neglected a bit. So it would have been interesting to have seen the second strongest Autobot and some examples of his strength. Just to show off that, yeah, a little guy can really be physically strong. All in all, this toy isn't too bad. The one thing that many of us do have to watch out for is that these wings of his do tend to break very easily if you're not careful. So do watch out for that if you're buying one loose on the market. Plus also the legs, the means to lock them into place does wear out over time. So you could have him be like my Megatron and all of a sudden one leg give out and he falls over. So if you have one like that, try to keep him against a wall or something, or you'll end up having a bunch of domino transformers when he falls over. And that's my review of Generation 1 Brawn. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do remember that if you love the content that we feature here on this channel, I would appreciate a like, a share, and a comment. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.